Hello and welcome to my presentation on tech ecosystems. What is a tech ecosystem? Why have we created them? How do you build one? All of these questions and more will be answered in the coming slides. First, some vocabulary. Symbiotic, meaning denoting a mutually beneficial relationship between different people or groups. Remember this word as we go through the presentation. It'll be important later. First, let's define what is a tech ecosystem. According to Google, an ecosystem is a complex network or interconnected system. A tech ecosystem is the same. It is an interconnected community, only instead of animals and organisms, there are apps and websites. Now, why have we created a tech ecosystem? Well, technology has become so intertwined with almost every single part of our lives, so an interconnected system was basically inevitable. Instead of asking why, we should be asking, what do we do now? Next, we get to the big question of how. How do you build a tech ecosystem? What are the components? Before we go any further, let's establish the two main parts of a tech ecosystem, humans and technology. I know it might sound shocking, but we are part of the biggest tech ecosystem in the world. It's the internet. We interact with it and use it for many parts of our life. Pause. Do you remember the word that I mentioned earlier? Symbiotic? Well, that word is a crucial part of understanding and later using technological ecosystems. Just like in any other ecosystem, symbiotic relationships are what keeps an ecosystem together. It's the glue, or the tendrils of a web. Humans want information. We want to know how to boil an egg, or we want to know what our friends wore last night. Technology wants data. Data improves their algorithms. In order to get information, you give data. In order to get data, you must give information. The cycle continues on and on. At this point, you might be wanting some examples, a real-life representation of what I have talked about. Quick note, you only have to participate in this activity if you want to. Okay, first open a new Google Doc by typing docs.new into the search bar. Now, type something into the document. It can be whatever you want. Notice what is happening. We, the humans, are inputting data into a document to take out or visualize information. That is the simplest explanation of just one relationship in the grand tech ecosystem. At this point, you might be asking, why does all of this even matter? Yes, we have a tech ecosystem, and yes, we use it all the time, but so what? First, we need to acknowledge that data is very, very precious to tech and the people that create it. Knowledge is quite precious to humans. So far, I have painted a fairly harmless picture of tech ecosystems, but then you have to remember the deliberate misinformation during the 2020 elections, or illegal data collecting, or the fact that tech CEOs have a large, maybe too large, say into what can be said on their platforms. Let's hit pause for a moment and remember that humans created technology. Humans designed and engineered every little bit of the internet and the components in this presentation. That also means that humans have created tech ecosystems. Because just like in a regular ecosystem, humans are at the top of the food chain. We can control every single bit of the technology that we have created. Humans are behind everything. Another point I want to bring into here is how much humans are scared of technology. We have created something so huge that many are worried it will someday overthrow us. Just like with Frankenstein's monster, we have poured our life and soul into the making of a revolutionary creation, only to discover that we might not like it so much anymore. Let's zoom out now. Some humans have control over the largest tech ecosystem in the world. That means that a small group of people, mostly white men, are in control of all the information that we collect from the internet. It also means that they are in control of all the data that we give to them in return. Is this relationship mutually beneficial? You could argue, yes, that right now we give exactly as much as we take. You could also argue that we aren't given as much as we give, and that what we do give is not being used ethically. And so, as I am concluding this presentation, I want you to think about one question. Do we want this? Are we okay with the way that tech ecosystems are being run? If not, then speak up. Although the masses don't usually have much power, in terms of technology, we do. While politicians can betray their constituents without a second thought, tech companies are completely reliant on the masses to continue using their products. If you dislike the direction a tech company is taking, boycott their service. Better yet, get your friends to boycott the service as well. Remember, tech ecosystems are reliant on the glue that holds them together. If we sever the connection, we can make our point heard. Thank you for watching/listening. Remember, are you okay with how tech ecosystems are run? If not,